What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Sir Hunt's Reviews, the killer of, like, all things not funny, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, what are y'all doing? Saturday night, I'm about to live stream. I guess I'm already live streaming. No camera this time, though. Didn't feel like setting up my lighting, so I just feel like I could talk. And apparently, I can't even show the trailer like I was planning on doing because they, like, disabled my monetization. I tried to do it on my other channel, my gaming channel. What's up, King McKay? And, I don't know. I think it was because I had the audio, though, so it would be silly if I just played. Because the main point is the audio. I mean, also I guess the video, too. But honestly, it wasn't that exciting. It was exciting in the sense that, yeah, we got confirmation on when season 7 will start. But to be real, it's like 4 months away. Like literally 4 months away. So the wait between seasons this time around was over a year, which is crazy. Because if you think about it, we got to get through the next 4 months, roughly. Yeah, like it's a little over 4 months. So, yeah. I mean, if anything, the teaser, I think in another month we'll get like an actual trailer, like one of those like sped up, like the full on, like the trailer they released last year. Yeah, man, I don't know what that is. That shit is crazy. Like I know it's like if you, sorry, I'm talking to King McKay in the chat. I know if you pay like 10 minutes of something, I know that's when they can legally claim it, but it's like 30 seconds. It's like a minute and 20 seconds. How the hell can they do that? Like they're just being dicks. I did see Emergency Awesome's video on the teaser trailer, and I don't think he got his monetization claimed, so I don't know. Maybe it's the bigger channels they let do it. But you got like 30,000 subs, don't you? You would think someone your size should be able to do that. Or, honestly, everyone should. Like if we're not straight up just bashing the show, you know what I mean? If we're talking about it, that enhances the subject matter, I guess, we should legally be able to use it. It's like a minute clip. Real quick, shout out to the person who was in the chat saying trash like 50 times. You should have waited until I was in the middle of saying something and then started trolling me, and then I would have gotten distracted, and then it would have been funnier. But you kind of blew that. Claire X, Service X. But yeah, honestly, there isn't really too much to say. What the important shit has already been said. The main thing, though, and I don't really know if a lot of videos have talked about it, but I know that, the gist of it is all of those clips, in my opinion, like the little audio clips they played, they were... Sorry, reading the chat again. Yeah, he's in a network, so maybe his network protects him from that, not getting his monetization claimed. But yeah, no, I think the main takeaway from that is like the scenes. Obviously, they bring up each character when they're talking about, it's nothing new. That's honestly, I really wasn't that excited about it. Like it's cool. Like yeah, we got the main thing I'm excited about is the date. I know now we have a date set, so we'll know when it's gonna premiere. You know what I mean? But other than that, it's just kind of same shit they did last year with Hall of Faces. Honestly, I think the Hall of Faces teaser was better because it's like they made us think that we might get a chance to see some characters who died a long time ago. You know what I mean? When basically, we didn't. They were... I don't even know how that relates to Season 6. Like, what the fuck was that? It was a better teaser, though. I will say that. It got me more excited for Season 6 than this Season 7 teaser did. I mean, like, at first it did, because, they show the 3 heads of the dragon, and then they start playing Dany's speech, and I'm like, that's kind of a corny speech. I wasn't a big fan of her speech. So, I don't think it was that exciting, but the part that excited me was the 3 heads of the dragon. I'm like, okay, so what are we doing here? And then I start to realize that it's just everything crumbling down, and they're all fighting each other, which I've seen like a million times in like fan art online. So maybe that's what HBO did this season. They took some fan art and was like, yo, let's throw. They probably spent like maybe like $10,000 on this little promo. I don't know. I will say this, something interesting. Kit Harington was actually in an interview. He did an interview with Huffington Post, as a matter of fact. It's on my phone. I had it saved. I was going to do a video on that and then announce the live stream, and then I watched the teaser like probably 30 plus times to try to see if I could just get excited about it enough to be like, all right, yeah, I'm going to blow this live stream out of the water. This teaser trailer was awesome. Oh, man, let's talk Game of Thrones. And I'm like, can't do it. It's honestly not that exciting. It actually makes me mad. Yeah, like I just said, yeah, we got the confirmation date, which is cool because now we have, an end in sight. But it's also like 4 more fucking months. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? 4 more months? But yeah, let me pull up that Jon Snow interview. Yeah, he's being interviewed by the Huffington Post, and he's basically, the guy's asking him, like, what can we expect next season? And, shit, let me pull it up real quick. And he let me just summarize it. He basically ends up saying that he's done more filming for season 7 than he's ever done before. So that got me excited. I'm thinking, like, whoa, shit. Last season 5 and season 4, the battle at the wall, that was pretty awesome. Season 5, there was some hard home action, which I think hard home was, if I'm not mistaken, one of the most viewed episodes up until probably the Battle of the Bastards. But it was definitely my favorite episode until the Battle of the Bastards. So I know that probably took a lot of acting and a lot of like effort on his part. So the fact that he said he did even more this season, I'm like, all right, cool. And then he said that this part kind of sketched me out a little bit. He says that everyone's expectations are so high, so we're going to try to meet those expectations. Or if not, we'll fail and go out with a bang. And I'm thinking, like, what, dude? That the ridiculous thing they did with the melting of the ice and, like, the Facebook live streaming shit, and then they wanted you to type stuff in the chat, that was kind of a fail. Like, I felt like I was the one that was in control of that Facebook live stream. Like, come on, HBO, get your shit together. But, yeah, I feel like you guys could have put a little bit more into this year's teaser trailer. This one was almost as bad as the one for season 5 with Bran the Vision, and he wasn't even in all of season 5. But yeah, I don't know. Let me see what's going on in this chat. I don't get me wrong. I'm not disappointed in what we got, but I feel like they could have done a little bit better. Especially since, like, going back on what I was saying with Jon Snow in the interview, or Kit Harington in the interview, he said that because there's an increasing budget size and less episodes to film, everything's going to be insane, like way more CGI. And I'm thinking, like, my alarms are going off in my head, like, oh shit, Hollywood sign. That means everything's going to be ridiculous. Like, did anyone watch The Walking Dead last week? How dumb that, oh my God, there were certain scenes I literally just wanted to, I've said this before, I wanted to throw my cat at the monitor just to turn it off because they were so bad. I hope that doesn't happen to Game of Thrones. I really doesn't. I really don't. Like, they had this fucking deer out of nowhere that was somehow lit on both sides and then cast a shadow. I hope that doesn't happen to Game of Thrones. I know Game of Thrones has a higher budget, but Kit Harington was saying that there's going to be more CGI, and honestly, I'm going to be extremely disappointed if, like he said, if they don't live up to our expectations. But yeah, let me see what's going on in the chat here. I see there's a couple good comments and stuff that I want to respond to. KK Gator says, what's up, by the way? Just watched the Talking Thrones vid about this, and Dan thinks the blue eye at the end is one of the dragon that... I friggin' hope not. In our collaboration video that we did on his channel, I commented on how I thought it would be a little bit corny and cliche if that were to happen, just because it's kind of like, what? You know what I mean? Like, that's a little bit too far. But now, after knowing what Kit Harington says in the interview, and he's like, yeah, everything's going to be awesome, everything's going to be CGI to the max, it makes me think they might do that. So my response to that comment, or that comment, KK Gator, is that Dan might be right. That might be the eye of you're talking about the eye at the very end, right? The blue eye that pops up or whatever. I don't know if I saw the... I was reading the comment in that. I saw that somewhere else too. I think it was on Reddit. But someone was saying you can even see, like, scaling around the blue eye. I didn't notice any of that, to be honest. Although, my initial reaction was, okay, that's a white. It might be either the woman that the wildling woman, I can't remember her name because she's wasn't that important. She lived for like 10 minutes. But John was talking to her at Hardhome, and then she got turned into a white. It kind of looked like her eye. But I don't know. With all of this CGI to the max action, Kit Harington might have Ian McShaned us all and basically just completely confirmed all of the ridiculous parts of the plot point are true. Like the zombie polar bear. Oh, Jesus Christ. And KK Gator also says, and a bunch of the Game of Thrones people are going to be at South by Southwest, and they're I freaking hope so. That was part of the delay in starting this live stream. I was on Twitter looking at all the live tweets from South by Southwest, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I'm going to be streaming while this happens, and they're going to drop some real information, or someone's going to get too drunk and say something to the reporter like, yeah, I basically die in season 7. Like, they'll be like, oh, I'm not expecting the script, or, oh, I had a lot of fun, my wrap-up party or some shit. Just let something slip, but I don't know. You guys stay on the live tweets for me. I don't know how long this live stream is going to go on for, but y'all stay on the tweets for me and let me know if something crazy pops off, and then we can discuss it here live. You know what I mean? I don't think this live stream will probably get too terribly that many views. So if there's something so crazy that happens, I'll discuss it here, but then I'll also make a video about it. I know I keep saying I'm going to make a video, but check this out. I've got like 15 videos that are all based on like the end of season 6 going into season 7. I haven't dropped those because I'm waiting for my views to pick back up. You know what I mean? And I know that's a little bit silly, but I kind of look at it as I've got almost 6,500 subscribers, almost 6,600. So, I want to put those videos out when they'll be fresh. My videos live in a 36 to 48 hour time period. So if they don't get views within that amount of time, they kind of get pushed down in everyone's feed. So I'm trying to wait. You know what I mean? Honestly, but yeah, so what I was saying was if something crazy happens at South by Southwest, I promise I'll do a video on it. There was no point in me doing a video on this teaser trailer because it literally would have been like 3 or 4 minutes. It would have just been me going, hey, this is what happened. This quote is from this scene, and I think and I can do that right here. You know what I mean? And also chat with you guys, and y'all can be like, let me know what y'all think about that too. But honestly, it didn't excite me as much. Now, like I said, last year, the Hall of Faces teaser was amazing, and I think I did like 5 fucking live streams just on that teaser trailer because that's how excited I was. But this one, not so much. They could have put something a little bit more into that. King McKay says, one of old Nan's tales said that the sky is blue because we live in Macomber. Yes. I actually just watched that episode like last week during my rewatch, which I have not picked back up yet. I got, I think, pretty much all the way through season 4, and I'm at like the first or second episode of season 5, and then once the fucking teaser trailer dropped and announced, excuse my language, but once the teaser trailer dropped and said that we got 4 more months to go, I was like, let me hold up, slow your roll there, Playboy. Why don't you go back and let everything kind of slow down a little bit? I might start watching it again by like the end of April. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm at my wit's end with HBO, and they're making us playing the waiting game. Like, I'm also kind of mad at Star Wars Episode 8 too. I feel like there should be a teaser trailer for that, or just something, not just the first words. Spoiler alert if you don't know. Supposedly the first words that Luke says to Rey got leaked. I'm not going to say what they are, but supposedly they got leaked, and we still haven't gotten a trailer yet, and that movie comes out in like, what is it? December? Come on, give us something. You got this is like the worst time of the year because we've had, and I haven't seen Logan or any of the other new movies this year, but this is the worst time of year because we're waiting for everything to kick back up again. The summertime is like freaking nerd season, which is funny because that's the time that you should be out, like spending time outside because it's beautiful out and it's the summertime, and like Will Smith says, summer, summer, summertime, time to kick back and rewind. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to be doing in the summertime, but nah, that's when all the nerd shit wants to drop, and they want to keep us locked in our houses making content and videos and going to conventions. Speaking of which, I don't know how many of you guys are going to be at the, what is it called? A Con of Thrones in Tennessee. It's coming up in, I think, July. I want to say July. Ironically, it's around the time that Season 7 will be premiering. So if it so happens that week in Season 7 premieres, and there's like a huge... Okay, I said I was going to go, but what was going to determine whether I went is who the guests are. And we found out that the guests, I don't know if they're going to add people, but as of right now, it's Shireen Baratheon. That's kind of cool. You know, she was never by any means one of my favorite characters, but not worth going to go drive that far to go see. Hell no. But then the next one was Ramsay, and Ramsay Hated his fucking character on the show, but the actor is amazing. So I was like, yeah, that might be worth the drive. You know what I mean? If I almost everything I've seen, I don't know how to say this dude's name, Ewan Rayon. Almost everything I've seen him in, I've been like, oh man, he's a pretty good actor. I watched him in this show called Misfits, and then we watched him for like 4 seasons on Game of Thrones, and he actually was like a leading cast member. Shireen Baratheon, not so much, but if I'm gonna go see Ramsay, and the season 7 premieres during that time, and some of my subscribers are there, or just some people who know me, let's all go out to the bar, and I don't drink. So this should let you guys know how excited this would be. Not to sound like a cocky son of a bitch, but we should all get together, go out to a bar, and then get drunk, and then watch season 7 premiere. Even if the convention isn't going on, we could like party in the hotel block, for an extra night just to stay and watch Game of Thrones, where we could be like, hey, I saw Ramsay earlier, and now I'm watching Game of Thrones. He's not on. Yeah. Anyway, it would be cool as shit. So yeah, I might be going to that, because really, if they get one more cast member, it doesn't matter who the hell it is, but if they get one more, I'm for sure going. But yeah, let me see. Jedi Master Cheryl, what's up? And she says, no, not the dragon. I'm sad that one. Okay, she was commenting on what KK Gator was saying, and then she agrees with me. I thought the trailer sucked. She thought the teaser trailer sucked ass. I didn't quite say it sucked ass, but that's what I was getting at. Thank you for putting it, best her words. But yes, I agree with that. Kid is a little bitch. Shelly, hi, what's up? Joe Swag, what's up? Lord of the Last Hearth, what's up? John RL1, what's up? I had to check to see if that was an L or a 1. Sorry about that. Cheekiest Heart, what's up? Did I get everybody? Rogue Gambite, what's up? I'm skipping over all these comments. I'm trying to say what's up to everyone, but I need to go back and respond to all these, because I'm reading some good shit here. Anna, what's up? Or Anna, I'm not sure if it's Anna or Anna. Sorry if I said your name wrong. That was creepy as shit. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Holy crap, there's like 30 people watching right now. What should I do to keep you guys entertained? Talk about Game of Thrones? All right, let's do it. Yeah, look, okay, so I'm not sure. I'm going to go back up and then retype your comment if I missed it, but I'm going to start with this one. Jedi Master Cheryl says, do not want a dragon to die this season. Honestly, I don't either, but look, maybe I can make you agree with me on this. One of them has to go, okay? We know that it's Game of Thrones, and the people who die this season are going to be pretty detrimental to the storyline. Because since it's such a short season and everyone will be in the middle of their arcs when it ends, and then they'll die early next season, there are going to be major characters that are detrimental to the story that will be dropping like flies these next 13, 14 episodes. When I say that, I mean dragons, Daenerys, Jon, Sansa, Bran, Arya, Tyrion, Jaime, Cersei, Tywin. No, I'm just kidding. Tywin's already dead. He died on the shitter. Everyone. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter unless you're Lena Headey. You are not safe. You are not safe. And the reason why I say Lena Headey is because she's the highest or the top billed actress. I know that Peter Dinklage gets paid a lot too, and I know he's won a few awards, but unless you are Cersei, you're just not safe. Honestly, I think Euron's going to die by the end of the season. I know not too many people agree with that, but I feel like, judging by what Kit Harington said in his interview, he said that all of the cast members that are left are the major ones, and they're going to be getting the majority of stories in Season 7. And he also said that this was an interview that he just did recently at Huffington Post, so you can go check it out and read it for yourself if you'd like. I'll try to put the link down either in the comment section or in the description. I probably won't remember, but yeah, you're hearing it now. Just go Google that shit. But yeah, he also says that cast members who have never crossed paths before are going to be crossing paths. So those two things are pretty interesting. But that means that Euron is definitely not a major character, and neither is Yara. So we already kind of know, spoiler alert, something may be going on with either Theon or Yara. I'm not going to go into detail about it. I think we all know here which one it is. But so the Greyjoys aren't safe, and I think Euron himself is included in that. He's definitely a super minor character. He's only been in 2 episodes. He was in the I can't remember the exact episode, but he was in like the 3rd episode of season 6, and then one of the last ones. So he is super sidelined guy, and a lot of people got excited. This is a spoiler, but not like from the plot leak, so I feel safe to say it. And if you don't want to hear it, I guess you can go ahead and click off. I don't know, do what you do. But Jim Broadbent was confirmed. He confirmed that he was in a lot of episodes with Sam. Honestly, I think it's gonna end with him dying. I know, I can't remember I was watching a lot of Game of Thrones content earlier. I can't remember who the hell said it, but I think it was Preston Jacobs and Red Team Reviews podcast. If you guys haven't seen that, you should go check it out. That's awesome. They started doing that. It's cool as shit. But yeah, they were saying that it would be cool to see Maester Marwyn go and join Daenerys, because Daenerys doesn't exactly have a Maester. My whole thing with that is I don't think he's going to make it out of Citadel. I think he's going to either leave and go on the road with it. This is just show stuff, obviously, but I don't think that he's going to live very long at all. I think he'll have a bigger arc than Brother Ray. And I think Brother Ray had such a short arc because he was such a dick to Dan and Dave. They were like, all right, you old fucker, we're going to kill you off real quick. You know what I mean? We'll give you $700,000, but we're going to kill you super quick. But yeah, so I think Maester Marwyn will have a little bit bigger of an arc. This is Jim Broadbent or whatever, but I don't know how big it would be. So if that's the case, yeah, I think I'm starting to lose viewers. Let me stop talking about the super spoilery stuff. Let me answer some of these questions. King McKay said he wishes he could go to the Con of Thrones, but he's going to VidCon in Australia. Who's going to be there? Who's the guest for the Game of Thrones panel at the VidCon in Australia? Because the VidCons, I think, are a little bit bigger than the Con of Thrones. I think this is I'm not mistaken, this is the first Con of Thrones ever this year. KK Gator says, I want to see a giant direwolf pack tear Cersei apart. It won't happen, but I would love that. Revenge for Lady. Well, technically, revenge for Lady would be killing Ned, because Ned, I know Robert threw a fucking fit, and it was because Cersei was bitching at him. So ultimately, I guess it does come back down to Cersei. Really, it's Joffrey, because Joffrey caused the whole dilemma to begin with. But you should really get mad at Ned, because he could have easily not have snapped the wolf's neck and just let it go. Arya did that. She didn't even think twice about it. Ned didn't have anyone watching him, because he intentionally said, I'll do it myself. You know what I mean? So he could have let Lady go. I guess we could trace the blame back to Cersei and then ultimately back to Joffrey. But the one person who's alive, and we all need someone to blame, one person who's still alive, let's blame it on Cersei. Jedi Master Cheryl says he's going to be in the new Marvel, referring to Ramsay. In the new, you mean in Phase 3, in Marvel Phase 4? He might be in... I heard Peter Dinklage is going to be playing... I'm not sure if he's going to be playing the character that everyone thinks he does, and everyone kind of thinks he does is because he dyed his hair red, and he's a midget, so he can play it because the character's an imp or whatever. But if he's that character, I know that's supposed to be in the newest Avengers that's coming out, the Infinity War. But yeah, he's going to be one of Thanos' homeboys. Supposedly. That's what everyone thinks, because he's got the red hair and he's a midget. Do you think the blue eye is a hint that the leak, the dragon, might be true? I don't know. We were talking about that earlier. I think, this is from Anna, by the way, or Anna. I think that it's a possibility. I did, like I was saying, I was reading comments earlier, and I did see that someone thinks that there's even scaling around the eye, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. I thought it was the woman that Jon talks to at Hardhome and then she ends up getting killed. She like saves her 2 daughters, and then she gets killed. Which it would be interesting to see if the show does touch back on that, like what happened to her 2 kids. You know what I mean? I guess I said that last season. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but anyway, that's what I thought. That's who I thought that I was. I don't know. I mean, we can go back and look. Here, I'll do this. I'll bring a picture of her and pop it up, and we'll try to compare the two. This is the woman right here. Carsey, that's her name. All right, just give me like 3 seconds and I'll have that up for you guys. Okay, maybe a little bit longer than 3 seconds. I can't type that fast. All right, there she is. So this is who I thought that I was. And as you can see, I'm like having a little bit of trouble here with my placement of the picture. So yeah, what do you guys think? Type in the chat. Do you think that is Carsey's eye, or do you think it's the White's eye? I wish Talking Thrones was here in the chat right now, and then we could discuss it back and forth, but I don't know if I recall seeing scaling or, around that. And I don't know if they would drop something like that in the trailer. That's another thing you got to think about. Let me try to find a good, clear enough picture. One that I could potentially zoom in on. Alright, let me pull OBS back up. I'm going to look at the chat. I'm in the middle of doing this. I'm sorry. If someone said something interesting, I will go back and find it, and then we will discuss it. All right, let me... All right, but yeah, this is whose eye I thought that was. Now, we can go back and we can rewatch the teaser trailer together, but I thought it was her eye. And all they do with these teaser trailers, even with the Hall of Faces... Not so much with the sight teaser trailers in between 4 and 5. Or in between, yeah. But the past 2 that we've gotten, they just pull shit from before. They like just recycle stuff. That's why I was making that joke. Like it probably cost them like $10,000 to film. They just had to pay some nerd to sit at a computer and CGI the whole thing together. Which honestly, you could pay me like $1,000 and I'll figure that out. And I'll add some funny shit in there. You know what I mean? Or something that would make people go nuts. Like I would put... If it was me and I was designing that teaser trailer for season 7, it would have been amazing. It would have like 50 million views right now. And all the reason would be is because I would do pretty much the same thing they did. But instead, I would write each one of the names of the heads of the 3 dragons on their neck. I would write Jon, then I would write Tyrion, and then I would write Daenerys. But I would write it backwards, upside down, and only visible in like 2 to 3 frames. So that we would have to do what me and many other Game of Thrones YouTubers did last season when we were trying to find Jon in that big trailer that we got, and we found him. We found the dude riding the fucking horse, hauling ass, killing people. We found that, and it probably wasn't even Jon, but we knew he was coming back from that one picture. If you guys were here, let me know. Type in the chat so that I can shut up about it. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I would have did, and it would have, like I said, someone would have found it. I probably would have leaked it. I'm doing air quotes right now. You guys can't see me, but I just did air quotes. I would have leaked it online and then pretended that I was just some random person who figured it out. You know what I mean? That would have driven everyone nuts, and they would have been like, "Holy shit, Game of Thrones! We got 4 more months to wait." But you know what? And I guess that wouldn't be as exciting to other people because I know not a lot of people are fans of 3 heads of the dragon. But I'm just saying, if we're going that route, if we're going to show a 3-headed dragon and we're going to play one of Daenerys' lesser of her speeches. Honestly, if they wanted to play a badass speech, they should have did her saying some shit in Dothraki. like Khaleesi Vosi or something, like that. Not only would it have been from last season, which would have given it more relevance because it's from season 6, but it also was okay. So I guess the speech that they did play was from season 6 too, but I just wasn't a big fan of it. I feel like she gave a lot of speeches. She was pretty much giving speeches all of season 6 until the very end. But that's pretty much what she was doing. And out of all of those, one of her best ones was either the one that she gives when she comes out of the hut with her titties all hanging out and profanity. I mean, if you watch Game of Thrones and you have a problem with me cursing, well, then I feel sorry for you. But yeah, their language on that show was way worse than what I'll say in this live stream. But anyway, when Khaleesi comes out with her boobies all hanging out and she talks to everyone in the crowd, that was also a badass speech. When she's sitting on the back of her dragon and she's yelling at all the Dothraki and she feels like it had been a few episodes since she had given a speech, or I guess in their land it had been a few days since she had given a speech, so she needed to give another one. That one was badass. They could have played that over the top. There were so many different things. And look, if you guys have been subscribed to my channel, I'm not one to give Game of Thrones shit. I'm like, excuse my language again, at least I'm giving you forewarning. I'm like a Game of Thrones dick rider. They cannot do no wrong. Straight fanboy status over here, you know what I mean? So if someone like me is critiquing the teaser trailer, they done fucked up, you know what I mean? And what I should say to Dan and Dave is cash me outside. Cash me outside, how about that? How about that? You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting to say that all night. I use memes once they're old because that's when they're funny to me, once everyone else stops using them. So last year I kept doing that. What is it? Ain't nobody got time for that. I just kept using that in all my videos and people thought it was hilarious. But yeah, so anyway. Let me see what's going on in this chat box. I've been neglecting this chat like a motherfucker. I went off on a tangent there. Sorry about that. I don't even know where to start. Let's see. I'm glad that there is... you guys are watching me right now. That's pretty cool. I haven't had this many people watching me live in a while. Okay, so this is from Normal Briggs, and what's up, by the way? I know I haven't said hello to you yet. She says, what do you think Dany's reaction will be if one of her dragons is killed by the Night King? Fire and blood. Oh, and then some. Honestly, I think that would turn her... I can't remember where I read it at, but someone was basically hinting at Daenerys has the potential to become a little bit of... I think it was a fucking interview or something, but basically Daenerys has the potential to become sort of like the protagonist next season, at least in Cersei's fault, because she's so much stronger than what Cersei has right now. So we could kind of be, I know hardly anybody will be, but we might feel bad for Cersei in the sense that she's has all that shit coming for her. So if that's the case and Daenerys is playing the protagonist next season, I think one of her dragons dying would just be the nail in the coffin. Okay, so spoilers real quick. It's hard to talk about the spoilers and not, but this is not from the plot leak. This was from Watchers on the Wall. This was like confirmed. So I guess it's even worse than the plot leak because it's confirmed. But basically, we know that someone's going to be ambushed, and I'll try to keep it as like lightly touching on this stuff, as pussyfooting on it as possible. But basically, Daenerys gets ambushed, okay? And in that, something goes down. There's a little bit of a scrap/brawl, and this could be where she loses the dragon, if she were to lose the dragon. And her reaction to that would be overkill, like going insane, like probably no holds bar. I wouldn't be surprised if Jaime got killed in the shuffle. I know everyone wants Cersei to die, but just because everyone wants her to die, that's what's keeping her alive. You know what I mean? Makes for a great story. Joe Swag says he doesn't think they will kill anyone next season. Well, bold prediction, sir. You got to slap a prediction like that boldly. This is Game of Thrones. To be honest with you, we didn't lose any main characters last season. Ramsay, any main heroes, people that we're rooting for, we didn't lose any of them last season. Barristan Selmy, yes. But honestly, I think he was only killed off because he was pissing the writers off because he's a big avid book reader and he thought that his character should go in a certain direction. They probably got mad at that because obviously they don't like people talking shit about their baby, and Game of Thrones is their baby, so that's why he got killed off. But besides Barristan Selmy, correct me if I'm wrong, we didn't lose too many heroes last season. So people's going to die. Lots of people's going to die this next coming season. Why the fuck did I just start talking like that? I don't even know. All right, scanning the chat again for a question. Normal Briggs, this is another one from her. She says, I'm curious what Varys is going to be up to next season. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. I know this is like, I'm a big fan of Varys. I honestly think that he should be one of the ones that's left alive in the very end, just so he knows a lot of shit. You need someone like him and a maester around to kind of help advise whoever the potential leader is. Not that the Iron Throne would matter at all, but whoever is leading the survivors, well, you kind of need someone like Varys around. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets killed because of that. You know what I mean? Like, we know that he's useful in the sense that not in battle. He can't strap on some... At least Tyrion can strap on some armor and go do some damage. As long as he's got, a squad with him protecting his flank and, a lot of shit can happen in a battle. Tyrion can still be useful that way, and he's also very knowledgeable. He reads a lot, so he's valuable too. But someone like Varys, his only true value is knowledge. And the showrunners want us to think of how screwed everything is going to be. It makes it more intense. So the way that they can handle that is by getting rid of Varys. And I know I'm saying a lot of crazy shit tonight by all these people are going to be dying, but gotta get real. People are going to be dropping like flies. Welcome to the party, Yvette Reese. You're late. Your being late is unexcused. Yeah, I feel like doing some impressions tonight. Type in the chat if you guys want me to do some impressions. That wasn't an impression of anyone in particular, but that's just like my go-to voice. It's kind of like Alistair Thorne mixed with Carl fucking Tanner. A legend in Ginale. A fucking legend. Okay, so what's up, Jacqueline V? And King McKay says he didn't find any scales around the eye. Yeah, me neither. I saw that in someone's chat somewhere. Shelley thinks it was the Night King's eye. Well, possibly. It was. We know this. It was a White Walker's eye. We'll say that. Sorry, I just got a notification on YouTube. That was weird. Oh, wait. There's 26 people watching again. Okay, so this is when I wanted to announce it. There is a giveaway going on for a Daenerys Dark Horse figurine. You can go to Google and type in Dark Horse statue Daenerys Targaryen figure, and you'll see it. It's the one with the chest and then the 3 dragon eggs. That is going to be given away once I hit 10,000 subscribers. Now, I did make my subscribers private on YouTube. The reason why I did that is because I read somewhere, or I heard somewhere, that if you make your subscription private, you tend to lose less subscribers because YouTube can't purge accounts that they think are fake because there hasn't been much activity from them because people just make accounts just to watch Game of Thrones videos. And since Game of Thrones is not in season, they don't want to know any spoilers, so they stop logging on. It makes it less likely that YouTube will purge those subscribers from you if you're making your subscribers private. So that's why I did that, but I can easily unprivate it. But so anyway, what you have to do to enter that is to like this video, leave a comment down below on any of the other podcasts that I've done. This is technically Mark's Game of Thrones podcast, episode 4, but you comment on any one of those podcasts and any video that comes out between now until I hit 10,000 subscribers, and you will win this lovely statue. I got 2 of them. I picked them up from Target, so I mean, obviously you can order them online for yourself, but I picked them up from Target, and it was a steal. So yeah, but yeah, if you haven't already done so, please slap a like on this video. Let's do that. Do that for me. Hey, you know what? Just putting this out there. Super chat. I don't know what that means, but let's just say if there is some super chat action, I might turn on my camera and start singing some karaoke for you guys. Let me give you a little bit of a sample. Hopefully, I won't lose very many viewers from doing this. But I was thinking of a cool way to perform The Reigns of Castamere, but like a rock style. So I was like, okay, it's easy to come up with like 5 or 6 chords to just repeat over and over again over the lyrics. So I had to think of some way to sing the lyrics so that it would sound rocky. And this is what I came up with. I'll sing a little bit of it. And who are you, the proud Lord Second, that I must bow so low? Only a cat of a different cloak is all the truth I know. All right, that's all I got right now. But yeah, nervous as shit. Hang on, let me catch my breath real quick. But yeah, why does that make me so nervous? Like, I can talk for hours about Game of Thrones, but as soon as I start to mention some music or some shit like that, I just turn into a shy little girl. Oh man, but yeah. Wait, whoa, I like that. Yvette said it's an ice giant, and then Jacqueline said Hodor's eye. Oh man, that would be nuts. I would love to see Hodor come back. I know it sounds cruel, and I was definitely a fan of Hodor, but it's not like I felt the same way that I'll feel if Dany dies, or like the same way when Jon died. You know what I mean? I didn't feel that same way when Hodor died. Yeah, it was sadder because he was simple-minded, and he was challenged. Obviously not in real life, but in the show. So that's why it was sad. And also, it came out of nowhere. And I'm just thinking, like, why the hell doesn't he just run with him? And then I realized he's holding the door. Obviously, he can't just run with him. It's not like Rickon's dumbass who decided to run in a straight line. Doesn't quite work like that. But yeah, so I don't know. That would be nuts if that's Hodor's eye. That would be crazy. Has anyone else mentioned that? Or did you guys just come up with that, like, vibing off of each other? Had someone else mentioned that? That would be crazy. Holy shit, you have an apartment in Beijing? That's awesome. My apartment is in North Carolina. Boring as hell. Nothing to do here except for work and spend money on cigarettes. Because, like, cigarettes are cheap here. I'm reading to see if anyone said anything about my singing. Sorry. I'm going to go back to these comments, but I just want to see what you guys said about my singing. Damn, you guys went to town on Hodor. You mentioned Hodor, everyone gets sad. Oh man, there's no comments on my singing. Oh man, there's no comments on my singing. But yeah, so no, that would be okay. So Mama say, Mama say, Mama. Whoa, that was loud as shit. Whoa, dude, calm down, bro. King McKay says, I think her losing a dragon will push her more towards being like the Mad King, her father, and that will be something she has to overcome next season. Hell yeah, man! Like that would figuratively be the straw that broke the dragon's back. Like her dragons, if her child, won't even call her a dragon. If her child dies, like she's already lost a child before she really even had the child. So this is just she lost Drogo. I know she never really felt that way about Dario, but she doesn't have him. So she honestly doesn't have Barristan, and Barristan probably would have been the one person who could have brought her back from going over the edge to be Mad King. I don't know if Tyrion has that much, or to be more like her father, the Mad King. I don't know if Tyrion has that much of a grip on her that he can influence her to pull her back. I know he will do his best, but I know someone like Barristan, even though he wasn't around her for too long, just a couple seasons, but he also, served her father. He knew her brother. He was telling her stories about her brother, so she bonded with him more so than she has with Tyrion so far. I know the Hand of the Queen moment, that was a lot of bonding, but I'm just saying I don't know if Tyrion will be able to pull her back from the edge. If one of her dragons dies, I think it'll just be full on like burn them all pretty much. You know what I mean? Citizens alike. Anyone who doesn't stand by, she's not going to be, honestly, even if her dragons don't die before she goes to ransack King's Landing, she's not going to be like how she was when she was taking over Meereen and when she was taking over, why did I want to say Volantis? She never took over Volantis. Idiot Mark. But yeah, she's not going to be the same way she was when she was freeing slaves over in Essos. She's going to be the opposite of that. She's past that. She knows there's no slaves in King's Landing. She knows that there are common people, but if one of her dragons dies, fuck the common people. You know what I mean? Like, she's just going to burn everyone. And like, that would honestly be pretty badass to see. Like, yeah, it would be terrifying. You know what I mean? Or like, not terrifying. Why did I say that? Bad word. But yeah, it would be not cool to see. It would be, it's not something I'd be excited about. Not like last season when I knew Cersei was going to blow up everyone in the Sept of Baelor. It wasn't exciting by any means to watch. It was exciting to watch the High Sparrow die because I didn't like his ass. Screw that dude. But, I didn't like seeing Marjorie, and wasn't a big fan of Mace, but her and they didn't exactly deserve to die. You know what I mean? Especially Keevan. I guess that's how you would say it. None of them really had enough scenes for me to hate them. Marjorie, she was a little bit promiscuous the way her first couple conversations she had with Sansa when her and Sansa were talking about sex. So that was kind of like, that was cool. But she hadn't really had a scene, honestly, past that would make me be like, oh, she's really cool. Like, that I like her character. But what I'm saying is it was still a little bit gut-wrenching to watch those people die. So if Daenerys is at the point where she's just like burning them all, yeah, it will be kind of like a little bit sad to see her killing innocents in King's Landing. But who cares? You know what I mean? I'll just be happy to end that storyline and let's go on to her burning all the White Walkers. You know what I mean? And that's what we're going to be doing. Like everyone says, they cut corners and they cut stories and they cut characters before. Well, now we're off books and we're still going to be feeling the same way. They cut characters. You know what I mean? They cut corners. You know what would be awesome? What would make me happy, and I wouldn't really care how it ended? If they somehow slipped in Mokoro. If they just slipped in Mokoro, I would be happy. If you guys know who Mokoro is, type who Mokoro is in the chat. Okay? Do me that one favor. Type who Mokoro is in the chat, and then let's discuss some of this World of Ice and Fire stuff going on here. Jedi Master Cheryl says, hopefully you sing better than Mr. Jedi Master Cheryl. Well, I don't know how Mr. Jedi Master Cheryl sings, but was I better than him? You answer. Was I? I don't know. Joe Swag says, don't dragons have vertical slit cat eyes? I think they do. They have like that reptilian thing going. Let me pull up a picture for you guys. I'm pretty sure he does. Yep, he does. Let me pull this picture up, though. If I had all these pictures pulled down, but it's kind of like random, I didn't really know which one to pull up. So yeah, you can see right there, he has got slits in his eyes right there. Bam. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can. Pull it up a little, make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, he definitely has slits in his eyes. So if that was his eye, they fucked that all up. If it was a white dragon's eyes, I guess we can call that. A zombified dragon, if you will. If it was, John Bragg says, do you think there is any possibility that the books will differ from the show as to the parents of Jon and Daenerys? Jon and Dana? You're talking about Daenerys. But, I mean, I think Daenerys' parents are definitely King Aerys. I mean, her father is definitely King Aerys. As far as Jon, I don't know if it will be Rhaegar and Lyanna in the books. I know it's pointing towards that, but it's also pointing towards a number of other couples. It could be Ned and Ashara Dayne. It could be Brandon and Ashara Dayne. It could be Rhaegar and Lyanna. You know, there's multiple people. So as far as it differing from I think there's like a 50% possibility that Jon Snow's parentage could be different in the novels. Daenerys' parents, I know a lot of people think that they were twins, and Daenerys could be, you know, Jon's sister instead, and Rhaegar's her father. I don't agree with that theory, but I do think that there's like a 50% chance that Jon's parentage could be different in the novels than it is from the show. Brooke Arnold says, I'm in SC. What part of NC? If you go watch my vlogs, like I did some vlogs back in the summertime. I announced it in that video. Sorry, I know. Self-promotion, right? Huh? KK Gator says, Brandon will wake up, roll out of bed, and while he's taking a piss, looking out the window at everyone down at Winterfell, he'll say to Summer, felt like I've slept for 7 years. Wait, did I miss the first half of that comment? Yeah, I think because I'm reading that out of text. Jacqueline says, I've been waiting. If I had a drum set, I would totally drum right now. It would probably piss my neighbors that fuck off because I live in an apartment. But if I had a drum set right now, I would definitely do that. I feel more at ease playing the drums than I do playing the guitar for someone, because I know, like, I'm a natural percussionist, because like I was saying, my dad's a percussionist. I've just been playing and banging on bongos and congos for such a long time. I would feel a lot less stage frighted playing the drums. Yeah, that's right. I just made up a word. Who cares? Okay, so I think KK Gator was saying that you were talking about if Bran was Bran the builder, and he's like time traveling, I think. For some reason, the chat is like popping in and out, and it's extremely annoying. So I'm gonna close out this window that I have. All right, so now the chat stopped doing that. Nope, it's still doing that. What the fuck? Oh, I think it does that. Oh, that's because I was so far from the back. Why do you think? Okay, so defend your statement there, KK Gator. I didn't mean to skip over anyone. If anyone had a question, go ahead and retype it in the chat right now, and I'll check it out. But yeah, KK Gator, defend your statement. Why do you think Viserion will be the one to die? Is it because he's white? Or is it because he's green? Or is it because he's a dragon and you just wanted to pick one of them to die because you don't like the Targaryens? Which one is it? Looks like you guys are having your own conversation. You know what? Do you guys want to host this podcast? Do you guys want to hop behind this microphone and talk to these people? Hey, look, I will say this. Out of like the different type of subscriber fan bases that you have on YouTube, like Jedi Master Cheryl says, BRB, got to go take care. Are you about to go assassinate someone real quick? She goes, be right back. I got to go take care of something real quick. Call me Master. Jedi Master Cheryl. Shaken, not stirred. But yeah, wow, that was random. You went on a tangent there, buddy. But yeah, out of all the different types of sub fan bases you have here, or the like different types of subscribers you get on YouTube, some of the hardest ones to please are Game of Thrones fans. You know why? Because if you go and you look on YouTube, you look at my early videos, you look at any Game of Thrones YouTuber who's just starting out, and you just see the type of comments that these people get, or the amount of dislikes that they get if they say one little fucking thing wrong. It's ridiculous. Like, that's crazy, you know, that honestly, I guess it's your responsibility as a content creator to not just come completely discorrect or like not have your information skewed, or like what I'll do a lot is intentionally say names wrong, or like not even intentionally say names wrong, and people get pissed about that, and that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But Game of Thrones fans tend to go hard friggin' core, and if they don't, sometimes they'll dislike your videos or call you shit or say you have shit content just because they don't agree with your theories. So yeah, out of all of the different types, I think it's honestly like it's hard to maintain it. How the fuck did I even get to talking about this? This is a random tangent. All right, so we've been going on for 57 minutes here. This is usually, if you guys haven't watched episode 1 through 3 of my podcast, I usually try to keep it in under an hour. So for the next, let's say we'll say 3 minutes. The next 3 minutes exactly, I'll take questions and try to answer as many as possible. Any other questions that you have that you think of, maybe you think of them after this podcast ends, just write them down in the comment section, and I'll be down there. I'll see y'all down there. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is KK Gator defending his statement about Viserion. Dany won't lose Drogon until near the end of the series. Viserion is more expendable. Well, why is Rhaegal not expendable? Oh, you think Jon will ride Rhaegal because his dad's name is Rhaegar, I guess. Is that how you got to that one? I don't know, man. You know what? I know this would be crazy, but what if Daenerys dies and none of her dragons do? Like, her dragons live, and they just start rampaging, and the only way to control them is Bran has to warg one of them. Jon has to ride/tame Drogon, because he's going to sleep with Daenerys before the show ends. And, I don't know. I just lost my train of thought there. I was reading the chat because there are more questions coming. Jacqueline says, one thing I noticed about the scene is that tits. I know you meant to type it's, but that's hilarious. One thing I noticed about the scene is the tits. Me too. I noticed that about every scene that they are in. Just about. And if I didn't, I'll go back and rewatch just to make sure that I didn't miss any. Oh, that was a good one. But it's been said the dragons can smell Valyrian blood. Yeah, that's true. They can. That's maybe okay. Maybe that is why they were so chill with Tyrion. But I honestly think it's because they not only can they sense like who is of Valyrian ancestry, but they can also sense who's a good person. So if their intentions are evil, or if they mean harm towards Daenerys in any sort of way, or if they just mean harm towards any of the dragons, they can sense that. Just like how animals can smell your fear and stuff. It's the same idea. Dragons can sense the type of person you are. So Tyrion being a good person, at least like at heart, you know, when you get down to his core, he's a decent person, they could sense that. So that's why they were cool with him. Not necessarily because he's got Valyrian blood. Although it would be awesome. I know that a lot of people are opposed to Tyrion being one of the heads of the dragon, or just being Targaryen in general. And I know I've probably said some statements in the past in one of my 174 videos about how I think it would kind of be a little bit corny if Tyrion was a head of the dragon. But, you know, as of right now, in this moment, I think it would be cool. I think it would be awesome. I think it would take kind of a lot of explaining to do. Lucy, you got a lot of explaining to do. That was a weak-ass Ricky. God, that was a weak-ass Ricky. But, yeah, I need to get a new mic stand. If anybody can recommend down in the comment section or in the chat right now, if I can get to it before I end this, a good mic stand. My budget is probably around $35 to $40. I picked up this piece of shit Tree Newbie mic stand like last year when I ordered this mic. It hasn't even been a year yet. I think I got it last June, right before season 6 ended. And it just sucks. It's like never was fully together ever since I ordered it. So yeah, if you can recommend, I wanted to get the Rode arm. Sorry, I just saw someone. Okay. Sorry, but yeah, I want to get the Rode mic arm, but that shit's like $80 or something, and I don't want to spend that much. That's ridiculous. Maybe once Game of Thrones season starts, I will, because I'll be, using it a lot more often then. But I don't know if I want to drop that money on it now for these podcasts that I do before. the show starts. Don't really have that money to spend on it. Um. Okay, Fitzgerald Jean. What's up? I haven't seen you in here before. How's it going? He or she says Dany might be fireproof, but she's not arrow, blunt force trauma, or fall from 300 feet in the air proof. So I think she might fall in season 7, leaving Jon and Tyrion to forging a relationship with one of the dragons. That would be insane. Like, Daenerys is probably my favorite character, in not just on the show, but in the novels too. You know, I would be probably more heartbroken than when Jon died. And I wouldn't say I was heartbroken when Jon died. I was just straight angry. I skipped over all the other emotions of like working through grief and just went straight to angry. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Especially since it was Ollie's punk ass who did the last one. I know Ollie is not a character in the novels, and I know people who are reading the novels have been waiting since 2011 to find out whether Jon Snow dies, and I only had to wait like 8 or 9 months or so. Point still stands. That shit pissed me off. So with Daenerys, it'll be interesting to see. I definitely, if I have a hint that something might be happening in the episode, I definitely might actually do like a reaction, like record my reaction to me watching that, because it would probably be insane. Like, I would probably go through 10 to 15 different emotions within like 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, it would be nuts. I would be like, are you fucking serious, for like probably the first 2 minutes, and then the last minute would be just me straight raging like, are you fucking serious, Dan and fucking Dave? And then I'd be like, wait a second. Then I'd like skip to the denial and be like, she's not really dead. One of the red priests are gonna bring her back, even though Thoros of Myr might have just died the day before, and she didn't even bring Kinvara with her. She left Kinvara there, or that would be nuts. That would be friggin' nuts. Who's my favorite drummer? I don't think I'm getting his name wrong, but Chad Smith from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Let me double check to make sure that's Chad's name, because he was honestly, when I first like formed a band, and I did air quotations again when I was a teenager, one of the bands I was really into was I liked Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Slipknot, System of a Down. I liked POD before I found out they were Christian rock, and I don't know why their music was still the same, but I feel like that took away from the message for me. I like Korn. I like all of them. I went to Ozfest in 2006, and I got to see, if I'm not mistaken, it was like one of the last times Black Sabbath ever performed live, and it wasn't with Tony Iommi. It was with Zakk Wylde from Black Label Society. He was the guitarist, and it was nuts. It was nuts. Great show. But yeah, my favorite drummer, probably just off the top of my head, is Chad Smith. If you want to go back to the 80s, I'll say Tommy Lee. And if you want to go back to my punk rock phase in high school, I'm going to have to say Travis Barker. You know what I mean? Or, the drummer, I'm not going to lie. I like Foo Fighters, so I like Dave Grohl, and I like Dave Grohl as a guitarist, but I like him better as a drummer. So if I had to pick between my top 2 favorite drummers, Chad Smith and Dave Grohl, when he was in Nirvana, wait, is my mic cutting out? Is it cutting out? I hope not, because this is the end of the live stream. That would suck dingle balls. What's my favorite type of music? Probably, I know I just listed a whole bunch of rock shit, but if I have to pick a favorite type of music, I would probably say reggae. Reggae all the way. I've been listening to reggae music because that's what I was saying. Like, my dad was a percussionist. I don't know whether I said it was in a reggae band, but can you guys hear me? Is my mic cutting out? I mean, no. Well, see, look, I was on my rock kick. I didn't even think about hip hop. No, Questlove, yeah, all the way. I fucks with the Roots. Hell yeah. I like watching Jimmy Fallon sometimes just to listen to them play. You know what I'm saying? I like house bands. I also like I know we were just switched over to hip hop, but I also like what the fuck is the other guy's name? He was on SNL with Jimmy Fallon. He did the Weekend Update with him. He comes on right after Jimmy Fallon. I like his house band. God, I can't think of his name. Damn it. He's also another actor with him. His name is like Norm or something like that. Shit, I don't know. But yeah, I like the little guitar riff that goes on with that. If we're talking about house bands for shows, I know the Roots is an actual band, and I know they're not, just on Jimmy Fallon's thing. But I'm just saying, I fucks with Questlove too. His is more like hip hop, which is more like Travis Barker. You know what I mean? And I've never been to a Roots show live, so I've never seen him perform live. But I've seen Blink-182. Seth Meyers, thank you. I've seen Blink-182 perform live. I've never seen Nirvana perform live, but I've seen Foo Fighters perform live. I've never seen Dave Grohl drum live, but yeah, I've seen Red Hot Chili Peppers live a few times. So, I judge by the performances I see on YouTube or what I see in person. If your stage presence is there, hell yeah. And I'm sure he does, because I've seen him perform a lot. It's just, when he does it on Fallon, he's just for like a few seconds at a time, you know what I mean? Unless there's a solo act who performs, and then I think sometimes they play with the artist when they come on the stage. But yeah, if there are any more questions, I will take those. See ya, King McKay. Sorry, man, I missed that. Thanks for stopping by, bro. If you guys haven't already done so, go check out his channel and go subscribe. He makes Game of Thrones content. He actually makes a lot of other content as well. He makes, if you're a Vikings fan, he makes a lot of Vikings videos as well. I tried not to watch those Vikings videos because I'm actually not in the middle. I haven't watched an episode in like 2 months now, but I'm in the process of watching Vikings, and I'm like a little bit halfway through like season 4. All right, well, yeah, this has been episode 4 of Mark's Game of Thrones podcast. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you can spread this video. Who says that? Who the hell says that? Tony Teflon. I'm stealing your line, Tony. Spread this video throughout the realm. Share it on Twitter, on Facebook, whatever the hell y'all want to do. But yeah, my name's Mark. Oh, wait, I forgot. If you haven't already done so, please slap a like on this video. The goal will be, let's say 100 likes. None of my videos have gotten 100 likes in a minute, so show me some love. Slap a like on this video. If you want to be entered to win, I just listened to Talk About My Tits comment. Whoa, wait, when did we say talk about your tits? Oh, wait, no, when I was talking about your tits comment. But damn, there's really no way of saying that without sounding like a perv on my end. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah, so if you want to be entered for this contest to win the Daenerys Dark Horse figurine statue with the 3 interchangeable dragon heads as opposed to 2, all you have to do is comment down below, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitter, and then friend me on Facebook. Sounds like a lot, but all that shit's free, and you could probably do it within about 30 seconds. My name's Mark. This has been Sir Hunt's Reviews, and I want to thank you all for joining me in Game of Thrones, or Mark's Game of Thrones podcast, episode 4. I'll see you all in a bit. I'm not going to give an exact date, but I'll see you all in a bit. Yeah. Peace.